Well, gang, you might want to tuck yourselves in the blankets real quick, because it looks like that Daddy's not home tonight either. Yeah, double check them doors, lock them shut right now, grab the shotgun, put the kids to bed, because we gotta talk about it all. You do not have to subscribe, you do not have to like the video. Let's actually get right to it. And our very first video, baffling indeed. Shout out to the homie Chaos Mogul. Check this, roll it.
Can't see it with their eye, only in the thermal camera. That's crazy.
So this
is from the
right
ISS. This looks cylindrical, or almost like a pipe. Honestly, it almost looks like a bullet. Does anyone else see a bullet in the sky there?
It looks like a cigar though, like a doobie. Somebody was rolling its fat doobie.
This
Stop rolling,
I find
guys.
interesting. It reminds me of the orbs that we've seen split in two. This genuinely, to me, looked like two different objects. Look.
Now, this gotta be a UAP, right? Unidentified aerial phenomenon. This does not look like a UFO, but more like a UAP. Thoughts? It's similar to the orbs that we saw during the New Jersey drones warfare. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that split right there. Come on. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like they were merging. I don't know what was happening there. I love these. You guys already know how I love volcano UFOs because they're so like. How do you explain that? What the hell goes? We can't go into lava. Yeah. We can't do any of this stuff.
I wonder, like, who put the camera down there? Mom, get the camera right now. Nah, don't get the camera. It's gonna heat up. It's gonna overheat. The camera's gonna overheat right here. But yeah, no, this was recorded back in 2021. Now, of course, there's also this phenomenon called like lightning ball, lightning, right?
So I think it's really cool. What I will say about the steady lights is that I've seen in the comments before, and I do agree, some of it could be ball lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another phenomenon we can barely explain, so let's be honest. But some of it could be ball lightning. There are sometimes storms near volcanoes and lightning storms, so I could definitely see that happen as well.
But we've had like some UFOs that went inside like those mountains, those lava mountains, or inside the lava, this and that. I wonder why, right? Like, were they there to just like barbecue some chicken McNuggets or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just wondering, just asking questions.
But they do look like plasma energy to me. Smash that like, y'all. Look at this one from Long Beach. The UFOs that kind of disperse things honestly weird me out. I love UFOs, obviously. I do this. I love checking these things out. And I hope that look, this is like the one we had before. I hope that these things are kind.
Oh shit. Okay, so this one is from December 25th, 2004. Santa, boys! Santa's real! Okay, so yeah, 2004. And this one was Afghanistan 2011. So similar one. And this video at the bottom seemingly seems more... Yeah, seemingly seems. Pause. It seems like one of those videos that were captured by the military, right? Because it's a night vision goggle, perhaps.
But, I don't know, them putting stuff into the atmosphere, that just makes me feel uneasy.
Right, and it's like dropping something though, right? Molten lava, perhaps. There's likely another term, or maybe that's what it is. Let me know your thoughts below. But yeah, this one has made the waves, okay? And I covered a little bit off it prior, but check this out, roll it.
So Ross Coulthart's come out and said that he knows that Lockheed Martin is in fact making the Tic Tac UFO.
I now know categorically that the Tic Tac is Lockheed Martin technology.
Okay.
Bruh. And right after this statement, everybody started looking like this, bro. Myself included, right? Like, yeah, I was starting to look like Ice Cube, dog. Not like the Ice Cube that actually melts. We're talking about Ice Cube, the actor. Bruh. Okay, this homie. So, yeah, everybody was like, hey, what? Say psych! Say psych!
Tic Tac is Lockheed Martin technology. Why are we being lied to? This is the issue. Why is the United States government now participating at White House executive level in collusion with the national security state to keep secret the fact that they've made these advances?
So there's a few things that don't really sit right with me. Obviously, we had that thing that was leaked a little while ago where there was someone claiming that the Tic Tac was made by BAA, okay? But then we need to look at the whole sort of situation between the military personnel in relation to sightings of the Tic Tac UFO, like the Nimitz situation.
Yeah.
If you wanted to keep this technology secret, should you say, why would you fly this sort of technology in and around aircraft carriers, fighter jets, pilots, to kind of gain their attention and kind of...
Yeah, I mean, it's really just is now all over the place. One in the comments if you believe that it was made by Lockheed. Two, if not. Of course, we've had whistleblowers. One of them is Dr. Stephen Greer. Two, of course, some of you would believe him. Some of you won't believe him. I understand that. But alongside him, there are other whistleblowers too that have said that, yes, aliens are real, UFOs are real, and we're not alone, and apparently they are here, and we're reverse engineering. Okay, I'm gonna talk normally here. That we have been reverse engineering their tech. So that is something that is out there too. But now Ross Coulthart literally just said something that we've heard about it countless times over, something that we believe to be true because it came from Commander Fravor, one of the pilot that chased it. He was on documentaries, I believe. He was like at the Congress meeting too. He was also on Joe Rogan, claimed to have seen firsthand. He, in fact, he chased after a UFO, that Tic Tac UFO, right? And now Ross Coulthart comes out and says that no, bro, it was made by Lockheed. Does not say whether it was reverse engineered, doesn't say anything more than that, but just says that it was made at and by Lockheed. So of course, like people started looking like this, right? Like, hey yo, what you crazy? But okay,
make people kind of freak out a little bit. So is this kind of a show of power from Lockheed Martin to the military industrial complex to show, like, actually, hang on a minute, you guys don't hold all the reins here, we do? Or is there something more going on in the background? And if Lockheed Martin have this technology and this is proven to be absolutely true, how did they get it?
Right.
Where does it come from?
Exactly.
And if this then comes out to the public sphere, shouldn't everyone in the public, okay, that doesn't believe in the kind of UFO phenomena, ask questions? Why do they have this technology? How do they have this technology to make things jump from 0 to 10 million miles per hour in a...
Yeah, and apparently we heard that it dropped from 80,000 feet to basically sea level, just like that. But let me show you guys this following clip, and real quick before I forget, I gotta shout out the homie man for the 20. Shout out to the homie Danny. Thank you guys so much for all the love, man. That's just way too generous. And on top, he became a member. Who does that? Who does that? Thank you guys so much for, seriously, thank you guys so much for all the love, man. You don't have to do none of it. Appreciate you being here. Gang. All right, let's get back to the content here, boo.
You know, I think cell phones might affect our brainwaves more than anything else around us. Now, first thing you gotta know is the electromagnetic field is everywhere. And secondly, our brains are very sensitive to EMF and sound in general. So much so that the CIA spent $16 million researching this back in the 80s to see how much can we bend people's minds via frequency. And
let's be real, we're all surrounded by like mobile data signals, right? Mobile signals, Wi-Fi signals, right? Like especially if you live in a building, man, everybody got routers, right? Everybody's spraying those Wi-Fi signals, radiation, and it has a little bit of radiation, not too much, but it got some, right?
And the fact that after listening to a phone call for 15 minutes, you can quite literally see it through thermal imaging leads me to believe it's probably bad for you. See, you can imagine the inside of our heads look like this, and there's electricity pulsing through all of these, and when most of these sync up, you get a brain wave. You know, you gotta think it's a ton of electricity at once makes a large wave. Your phone, do you see what I'm talking about? Now let me tell you a story about this. I was in Dallas showing off my invention Septisync, something that also uses sound frequencies to heavily mess with your brainwaves. Now, I would sit people down into these chairs, throw on headphones, and they would listen to Septisync. They'd fall asleep over the course of 5 or 6 minutes. I'd wake them up and be like, how was it? And they're like, I can't believe that made me sleep. Like, I'm in a crowded room, and I thought I was asleep in my own bed. It wigs people out. Now, my booth neighbor is a big company in, like, the biohacking space called Lila Quantum. They were literally right on the other side of that curtain. Now, like I said, they're a big company, and the CEO comes over, he's like, everyone keeps telling me to come check out your booth and saying it's just trippy as hell. He's like, let me give it a shot. He sits down, listens to it. Literally nothing happened. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the? Like, this is the worst guy this could have happened to. He's got a big company, didn't even work at all. I was scared.
Bro.
So he comes back by later and shows me this little necklace that he sells and says, I was wearing this and this blocks out frequency. Can I try your product again without wearing it? And I'm like, sure, you know, that's not gonna do anything.
What?
He listens to it and it worked. I had to literally wake him up out of the chair. First off, I don't know what's in those. I'm pretty sure it works. And he could tell I didn't think his company worked until I saw that, because he's like, yep, it definitely works, doesn't it? So that's weird. There's no scientific anything behind that I've been able to see, but I've seen results. I don't know. Would I buy one? Probably not. Do I believe it works?
I feel like that I've seen or heard or perhaps came across an article that did talk about some shit like that, but I don't fully remember, but I feel like that I came across like something like this that is being talked about here. If any of you know what it is, put it in the comments. Yo, like, do you believe this? Do you not believe this? Yeah, put it in the comments. Curious to see what you believe as well.
Yeah, probably does. But that being said, just whatever's in that little necklace started messing with septicync. Sounds going straight to your ears, straight to the brain. Our bodies, everything in this world is so sensitive to EMF. A literal necklace can stop something like septicync, which works on mostly everybody. And maybe cell phones are responsible for a lot of the reasons people are so depressed, or they're spending all their time watching my videos. That could play a part too.
Even though he didn't come right out and say that he's trying to direct people to this company's website to get them to buy something, that whole clip there kind of come across like an advertisement for a product. I just thought this was cool because I've tried his septicync thing before and it absolutely works. If these things can cancel out the frequency from something being pumped directly into your ear canals from something that strong as septicync, that is certainly something I want to look into. However, as much new age mumbo jumbo talk as there is on this company's website.
You guys believe snake oil? It's just snake oil, or you tried it and it works? Let me know in the comments, because I'm looking like this right now.
Talking about working with natural healers and showing photos of people holding their hands over somebody's body, and considering the price of this stuff, I think I'm gonna pass until I can hear it from
someone. Gotta be like a lot of moolah, right?
Someone who's not posting their 5-star review directly on the company's website. I think we all know not to trust that stuff. Have any of you used any of this stuff before? If you have, how well did it work for you, and is it a product that you would actually suggest to someone? Because I'm certainly interested in blocking unnecessary frequencies from messing up my brain. But $145 for a little tube on a chain? God,
I can go to China right now and get it for 2 pennies, yo. Nah, bro, 140? Get out of here, man. 140 USD, that's damn. That's a lot of money, man. Quantum necklace for capsules, 850. Yo, 850 though. 850 is 850, man.
Okay, this can't be real. How was this not worldwide breaking news when it came out?
He really almost told us, yo, and that goes back to the Hashim guy, right? The Israeli top space guy who said that Galactic Federation is real and Trump knows about it, and aliens told him to not tell the public about it. That happened, I believe, in 2019 or 2021, so that was a while back, but...
Galactic Federation of aliens exists.
Exactly.
President Trump and the Israeli government know about it, and we're working with them on Mars. This was an official news release back in 2020.
Bro, that is crazy. He didn't even mention all of that, but the fact that he just there was a picture of Trump there and aliens, that just reminded me of this that came out. Either in 2019 or 2021, I don't remember exactly, but...
revealed in an interview on Mars. This was an official news release back in 2020, revealed in an interview by a former Israeli space security chief, where he admitted that our governments are in contact with extraterrestrials from a, quote, Galactic Federation, and that they specifically asked their points of human contact to not reveal that they're here, that humanity is not yet ready for full-on public disclosure. According to him, they have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand, in general, what space and spaceships are. So it seems like they're waiting for our space exploration technology to get better, at which point they'll welcome us into their Galactic Federation.
At that point, bro, I don't even want it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want us at our current state, like, bro, when we are, like, out there glowing or all that, like, when we have achieved mastery, at that point, we don't need y'all. Come on, man. Accept us for who we are and where we are at. People want Superman, but they walk past Clark Kent daily. Yeah, exactly.
Supposed whistleblower's name is Haim Ashed, who spent 30 years as head of Israel's Defense Ministry's Space Security Program. A highly respected professor and well-decorated retired general. This guy ain't no kook. He also said there is an agreement between the US government and the aliens. They, the aliens, signed a contract with us to do experiments here on Earth. So they're using our planet as a petri dish for what I assume is biological experimentation on us. They even have a few other cooperation agreements signed between our species, including an underground base in the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives working together. All according to this guy, take it up with him. Apparently, Trump is well aware of this Galactic Federation and was on the verge of revealing it to the public just a few years ago, but was specifically asked not to in order to prevent mass hysteria, which I think we can all agree would happen if news like this came out. White House and Pentagon officials declined to comment on this. Kinda sketch. Ashed decided to speak out about this in 2020 as
okay, decline to comment. I mean, they could have said lies, it's all fake. That's the thing though, they could have said that, right? Even if it is or if it's not, they could have said that it's all lies. Why didn't they? That's suspect, right? It's almost as though they want the rumors to be there, because for now it's I mean, I'm a believer that we're not alone, right? Maybe you are as well, or maybe you're not, and that's perfectly fine. But why would they not deny it? It's almost as though they want this out there in a way, or they want the rumors to be there, right?
he claimed people became more receptive of a sketch. Ashed decided to speak out about this in 2020 as he claimed people became more receptive of extraterrestrials and UFOs by then. Which, yeah, 2020 was the year the Pentagon released their confirmed UFO videos for the first time in history, letting us know they have no idea what the they're dealing with, which was also just 1 year after Trump officially established the United States Space Force in 2019.
Right, that's why I was like, okay, 2019, why am I saying 2019 or 2021? Yeah, 2019, they made Space Force. Oh shit, oh shit. Why do we need a Space Force? Right? Yeah, that's suspect.
Maybe that was his way of hinting at something he couldn't talk about. But of course, the mainstream consensus around this guy is that he's just old and senile with nothing to lose, around 88 years old at the time his claims were made. And that he was just...
yeah, that he's just loco, he cuckoo, he gone bozo. Yeah, right, like that's what people have been saying though.
Promoting his book, The Universe Beyond the Horizon, where he makes claims that include stories of how aliens prevented nuclear disasters. But this man isn't your typical conspiracy whack job like me. He is a high-ranking and well-decorated military space intelligence official with master's and doctorate degrees in aeronautical engineering. Did he just decide to tarnish his lifelong reputation by making up something like this to sell a book, or are we about to join a real-life Galactic Federation?
In my opinion, this guy is probably not that worried about tarnishing his reputation. He's part of a bigger psyop, and they have an agenda to push. All he's doing is following orders and helping.
I mean, there's that element to it as well, right? Project Blue Balls, Project Blue Beam, which is about like false alien flag. Now, this is also one of those conspiracy theory that we have been hearing for years, if not years, decades, right? That we're gonna have an alien invasion, but it's everything about it is fake. The alien card is fake. That's the last card that they're gonna use. Project Blue Beam. But there's also the other element that, yeah, we have been reverse engineering. They have been visiting the planet for thousands of years, if not millions of years, that we're not alone. But the card that they're playing is going to be a false one. It's to bring everybody together, or it's going to be a psyop, this, that. There's just way too much out there. What do you want to believe in this one? It's just really, really hard to say what is real and what's
propaganda. Not. I really wish that we still had freedom of speech in this country, or at least freedom of speech on this platform, so I could tell y'all what I really think about this highly decorated Israeli military official. I'll just say this: trust, I give them none. Just start digging into pretty much any story, any major story that is an obvious attempt at control, and look who's behind the wheel of it. I'm not going to give you that answer. It's a lot better if you figure it out on your own. It's a hard...
Okay, check this out, roll it.
Jack and his dad were on one of their usual fishing and camping trips in northern Michigan's Boundary Waters Canoe area. While setting up camp, Jack went off to gather firewood. That's when he spotted something and managed to snap a photo. At first, he thought it was a bear, but then it stood upright. It was about his height, around 6 feet, and strangely human-like. It let out an eerie, high-pitched sound before darting back into the forest.
So must have not hit puberty, right? Yeah, okay. Perhaps. I'm just trying to figure it out, guys. Come on, man. Damn.
Unfortunately, they never spotted it again during the trip.
Right.
Experts later confirmed that the creature's posture and shape didn't match a bear, leaving it as something unknown.
I mean, it doesn't look like Bigfoot. It's like very slim. Like perhaps he needs protein, right? Maybe he needs protein.
While hiking at Lone Peak Mountain,
Thoughts?
this person noticed something unusual moving in the distance. Despite the foggy weather and poor visibility, they spotted a figure climbing the slope, moving with an eerie, almost effortless stride. At first, the hiker assumed it was just another person on the trail, but the more they looked, the less it made sense. The figure appeared too large, its movements too fluid, almost unnatural for the steep terrain. They couldn't get closer or follow it, and only managed to record a short clip. Given that Lone Peak has a local history steeped in Bigfoot sightings, the hiker couldn't help but wonder, was it really Bigfoot?
It does look like a human, though. It does look like a human, but what if it's not, right? Yeah.
Just a trick of the eye.
Nah, to me it does look like a human, but check this.
A Reddit user was
This one is suspect. I saw like the very first clip, though. I was like, okay, let's throw that in.
visiting the cliffs of Moher in Ireland back in November. It was a cold and windy day, but clear enough for photos. Later, while reviewing the images, she noticed something strange. In one photo, everything seemed normal. Distant tourists bundled in jackets and beanies. But in the next shot, something odd appeared.
Yeah.
A lone figure stood on the rocks, tall, thin legs, and what looked like an unusual hat.
Yay! Looks like one of those Xeno alien twats, right? It's Xeno something. I don't remember the full, like all the alphabets on it. I don't know all the spellings, but yeah, look at those. Like, look at the head, man. That's a tall head right there.
It didn't look like any person, and it hadn't been there when she took the photo. A few frames later, another figure appeared, this time at the top of a staircase.
Yeah, that looks like Ryder from GTA San Andreas, if you know.
People nearby looked normal, clearly dressed for winter, but this thing, it looked weird. She uploaded the photos, asking what others thought. Some said it could be a trick of the light, others wondered if it was something else. Whatever it was, she didn't see it.
This one is suspect. Either it's like, yeah, like one of those alien twats, or it's just like a person with like a beanie, right, that was just saggy, or perhaps it was windy, so the beanie was just flip-flopping. Could be that, I mean, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Person, but the camera did, and that somehow makes it even more unsettling.
Yeah, suspect indeed, suspect indeed.
Bigfoot, or just a case of pareidolia.
Wait, what?
Commented that this figure can first, this Reddit user spotted something strange. A dark figure can be seen standing with its back turned. Many commented that this might be one of the best footage captured recently of the creature. But is it really Bigfoot or just a case of pareidolia?
Yeah, it looks like that Bigfoot's wife just told him to go pound sand, don't come back home, so he's rethinking his life decision right now. Yeah, nah, man. He been through a lot.
This trail camera captured something truly unexpected. In the foreground, 2 deer can be seen, but in the background, a strange figure is walking. At first glance, it looks like a child.
Yo, what is that? Hey, man. Ooh, yo, Bigfoot. We got a baby Bigfoot. What? You need a banana? You need a banana right now?
A costume. But the longer you study the image, the less certain it feels. The figure's hands are massive, far too large for a child.
Yeah.
And if it were a person, why do the deer stay so calm? Some believe it could be a young Sasquatch. Whatever it is, one thing is certain. The image raises far more questions than...
I don't know about that one, man. Yo, there is no way. You gotta be flipping my flapjacks, bro. Like, so it looks like that brother haven't hit puberty, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It looks like a Atreus from God of War in like a Bigfoot suit, right? That's what it feels like. How many of you guys actually played God of War? Let me know in the comments.
And it answers.
But did you see this video though? If not, click on this video on the screen, because they actually ended up capturing one of the UFO mothership on camera, and it ended up landing as well. Check out this video on the screen and I'll see you right there.